Yo, what's going on, yo? This is Marcus Rosa, aka Mazuma TV, back at y'all with some more boxing talk, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive night. I hope you had a great day overall, man. I figured I'd tap in with y'all tonight to discuss what's currently going on in the boxing world, man. We're gonna speak about Brian Norman Jr., coach. We're gonna speak about Keyshawn Davis admitting to being an alcoholic and the lead up to the Edwin De Los Santos fight. Then, of course, we're going to get into this Errol Spence versus Tim Tszyu rumor. You see what I'm saying? But before we get into that, if y'all could please hit the like button on the way in, that'd be very much appreciated. You see what I'm saying? We on the road to 4K. We well into the 3,300 mark. About to hit that 3,400 mark in due time. Shout out to the nation and the mob for making this possible. What's going on, y'all? I came on a little later than usual. You know what I'm saying? My son was fighting and sleep and all that good stuff. I mean, I was still able to put him in bed, quite early, but then, I had to take care of some other things around the house. So, I mean, we making it do what it do. You feel what I mean? Shout out to everybody that's in here, man. I need to just go ahead and hit that like button. Let's get the algorithm on the up so that people know that Mazuma TV is live. You see what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that been coming through and showing love, man. Sending me the information that I need, to get into these topics. You feel what I'm saying? Don't nothing get past the nation. You feel me? Don't nothing get past the nation. Y'all already know what it is. What's going on? What's going on? My boy Winston Sanders said, what? Alcohol battle? Yeah, man. That caught me by surprise, too. I ain't going to lie. But then when you really think about it, Keyshawn Davis has been acting so erratic lately that you wouldn't necessarily put something like that past Keyshawn. You know what I mean? This is somebody who has, on the record, confessed to having all sorts of mental health issues and pretty much being 302'd, you know what I mean? Put in like a institution for mental health issues and, talked about having thoughts of unaliving himself, I believe, and all types of stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So Keyshawn Davis going towards, alcohol, that's not really far-fetched with somebody who has, his history. You see what I'm saying? Marissa Alvarez, what's going on? What's going on, sis? How you feeling? Chris Maldonado, my high school brother, what's going on, man? Aladdin Saddam, what up? What's going on, brother? How we feeling? How we feeling? Shay is in the building. What up? He said R.I.P. Brian Sr. It ain't that serious, Shay, to be saying R.I.P., but we definitely gonna talk about that shit, man. Lorenzo and the Benzo showing love from out Tokyo. What up, brother? What's going on? Marissa said, hey, Mark, you remember what I told you about Spence this month? I don't remember. You're going to have to remind me, Marissa. I forgot what you said. We spoke a lot since last month, so you got to let me know what you're talking about. I mean, we've been speaking, pretty consistently, so let me know what you're talking about. Coffee Plant, what up? He said, watch the replay. Yesterday live was funny as fuck, bro. That had to be one of the funniest lives to take place in Mazuma TV history. And we done had a lot of classic-ass lives, bro. But that one right there, yo, Rallo Green had me fucking dead. Annoying, that motherfucker annoying, goddamn, but he is funny, man. We got to see what's going on, though. We got to see what's going on between Slime and the Bull, Miguel. You know what I'm saying? That's like his name, but his name not really Miguel. I don't know, but yeah, man. I want to see what's up. You know what I mean? I want to see what's up. They going to rumble or what? We going to have to figure this out. Cause I know Slime with it. So we going to see. We definitely going to see. J Cash, what up? Shout out to the boy J Cash, man. For those of y'all who are heavy into colognes, perfumes, you know what I'm saying? Let me actually pull that shit up, man. I got 3,300 subs, so I know somebody got to come through and show love. Y'all need to go ahead on Instagram and as a matter of fact, I'll put the shit on my channel. Let me copy the profile URL. For those of y'all who big into colognes, perfumes, fragrances overall, y'all go ahead and follow the homie J Cash. You know what I mean? I put the thumbnail. I mean, not the thumbnail. Fuck I'm talking about. Here's the link right here, man. Y'all go ahead and follow Smell Cash Money. Get that shit done, people. Salute to the boy J Cash. I love what you're doing, brother. Keep it up. Shay said, Key is like a kid, bro. What you mean you was drinking at camp? I thought he learned from the weed situation. Well, clearly he didn't. Clearly he didn't. This man is doing he and I was actually going to get into that. Fuck it. We might as well get into it right now, man. Shout out to the people that's in the building. We got 16 people. We need 16 likes, brothers and sisters. Let's get it popping. But you know, Keyshawn Davis, you know what I mean? Let me play the video. Y'all don't need to hear it from me. Let's hear it from the man himself. Let's hear it from the man himself. Let's go ahead and share the screen. Let's pull it up. Let's hear what he had to say.
I'm gonna be so honest. Like during that camp, I was like going through like a lot of mental struggles, and how I was getting through it was literally just drinking every single day. In camp, I was basically drinking every day, and I was just hurt, bro, from the previous camp and then the previous camp for that camp, and then things were just lingering on, and I was beating up limos with a bad mental. I was knocked out Baranchik with a bad mental. So I was just like, man, I can fight. I can do this. Like, if I just get to the fight, that I'd be good. Like real talk, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like because I that was the only reason why I couldn't really lose those extra 3 pounds because I was just I was just drinking. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be so honest. Like during that camp,
So that is not AI. That is not artificial intelligence. That is Keyshawn letting it be known as to why the situation with Edwin De Los Santos went the way it did. Keyshawn Davis came in 3 pounds over the weight limit. You know what I mean? He was stripped of his title, and the whole fight between him and Edwin De Los Santos was scrapped as a result of that. And a lot of people were questioning why Keyshawn Davis missed weight. You see what I'm saying? Because he had just fought, not too long before that. So what could have possibly happened between then, the fight with Baranchek and the fight with Edwin De Los Santos? So what happened between that time frame that Keyshawn just completely outgrew the division? And Keyshawn Davis telling you right now, he was drinking the whole camp. You see what I'm saying? This man wasn't. And to me, if you drink every day, you're an alcoholic. You know what I mean? There's different types of alcoholics. You got the ones who you got like severe alcoholics that their body depends on liquor in order to function. For example, Adrian Broner. You got the social alcoholics. I guess you would say that, they feel the need to drink or at least have like this impulse to drink every time, there's a party or a gathering, whatever the case is. You got the occasional drinker, the occasional ones. You got a whole list of them. If you drink every day, and the training camp could be what, 6 to 8 weeks on average. You drinking for a month and a half, 2 months straight. That's alcoholic activities. You feel what I'm saying? This is alcoholic activities that you're taking part in, brother. So you would have thought, like Shay said, that you would have learned from the Nair Albright fight when you were smoking marijuana. You see what I'm saying? So this dude Keyshawn Davis is smoking. He got caught. Fight got ruled a no contest. So instead of marijuana, he pretty much saying, I remember him saying that, he was done with all of that. He's focused. And, he was reassuring the fans that he had his shit together and that he learned from that situation. Even talked about his relationship with God and all types of stuff. Just for you to come back and say, just for you to come back and engage in alcohol. So it's like, did you really have this close relationship with God? Did you really learn your lesson? Did you really tighten up? Because I'm gonna be real, neither one of them is good for you, when being a high level athlete, especially in boxing. They both have their harmful effects, marijuana and alcohol, in my opinion. But if I had to pick one of them that's significantly worse for you, it would have to be alcoholic. It would have to be alcohol. Alcohol is really a fighter's worst enemy when it comes to like recreational activities. You know what I'm saying? For one, alcohol really holds weight on you. That's why when you be seeing these skinny motherfuckers out here with a big ass gut and they look kind of weird and shit like that, it's probably because, outside of probably having some health issues or whatever the case is, they may be heavy drinkers. Alcohol also ages you. It can age you, depending on how often you drink. It can age you pretty quickly. Alcohol slows down your reflexes. You know what I'm saying? It fucks with your timing. Uh, 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 dehydration. Alcohol literally destroys the fighter all around the board. And you seen fighters fall victim to this shit. You see how the way Adrian Broner going out here right now. You see how begging people for drinks while he's at a casino, losing all of his money, having to sign with Don King to get an advance and shit like that, and losing the guys he ain't had no business losing to, like a fucking Blair Cobbs. You see what I mean? So you've seen all these people make these mistakes right in front of your very eyes, but then you go ahead and you engage in the activity anyway, and you you damn near fucked your whole situation up. You know what I'm saying? You fumbled a fight, you fumbled a nice little bag. You know what I mean? You could have, if you would have beat Edwin De Los Santos, that'd have been a great win on your resume. But this kind of making me feel like you decided to drink this shit every day just so you could avoid fighting the man. I can't help but think that way. You see what I mean? And this is what I want to say, man, because I've, for those of y'all who, been around the channel for a good amount of time, y'all know that I struggle with depression. You know what I mean? The earliest I can remember it was back in high school, around 14, 15 years old. I struggled with seasonal depression. When it gets to certain times around the year, around like September, October, November, and that's one of the hardest months for me, which is why I try to maintain, I'm constantly trying to stay like busy, trying to be as productive as can be, because the worst thing you could do while you're depressed is just sit around in your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? So I understand how your mental health can decline in certain things, and if you're not taking care of yourself from a mental aspect, that it could really eat you alive. Trust me, I've been through that. There's not much shit in this life that I haven't been up against, and that's why, depending on who it is, I could have a strong sense of empathy for them. I could be a very empathetic person, but when you're a habitual fucker upper, right, like Keyshawn Davis, and you just throw it on mental health issues, bro, I can't respect that shit. You know what I mean? I can't respect that at all. You know that in your head, you fucking up, but you're still doing it. And then you throw it on mental health issues so everybody could have some, so you could gather some type of sympathy from people and try to get people to understand where you're coming from. Bro, that's some whole shit, bro. Motherfuckers go through shit way worse than Keyshawn Davis and don't ever put a bottle to their fucking face, bro. You know what I mean? They don't they don't do those type of things. This is what Keyshawn Davis got to realize, and maybe he don't really understand this because he didn't have an active father in his life, and that's not me throwing shots at him. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people who unfortunately go through this situation. I was blessed to have a father. I was blessed to have a stepfather. I had a lot of positive male influences in my life, but I understand not everybody had my situation. And from that aspect, I could feel some type of sympathy towards Keyshawn Davis. That has to be a very a very hurtful thing to go through in life. And not only that, I'm almost willing to bet that Keyshawn Davis suffers from these mental health issues because of his lack of a father. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? Like when I seen him had that episode he had when talking about Bill Haney and shit like that, like I took that as somebody who isn't necessarily jealous, but was extremely triggered by the idea of a supportive father. That's how I took the situation. Like when he was like, I don't even know what that is, father. We don't even know what that is. And I'm like, damn, I wanted to laugh at first, but I'm just like, he really out, like he really like I heard the pain in that man's voice when he said that shit. I was like, damn, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck. Kind of felt bad. But to go back to what I was talking about, man, with Keyshawn Davis, Bad Boom Balloon in the builder said, please, everyone in this live, seek help if you can. No type of public opinion on men should prevent you from betting in yourself and getting help. No, I agree. I agree 1,000%, man. But, like I said, I'm not really too big on, because one thing, you could have mental health issues and still have a sense of self-awareness. Because like I said, I've been through these situations. I've dealt with I've been somebody who struggled with maintaining my mental health. You see what I'm saying? I've been through that. But one thing that I was able to do, even though I was down in the dumps, was understanding who I am and understanding, what's good and what's bad in terms of decision making. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to sit here and do some fuck shit and then throw that shit on, mental health issues. Fuck up again, mental health issues. Fuck up, mental health issues. Ever since this mental health advocate era done came up in this world, people just hang their coat up on that just so they could get like a jail, like a jail free card or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, Keyshawn, we understand that you deal with, everybody got their things that they got to work on in life and things that they struggle with, and and that's okay. That's just part of being human. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with going through something or struggling with an idea or a reality, circumstances. Like, I understand, but you know what I mean? Keyshawn, at this point, you a grown ass man, brother. You a grown ass man. You are a very successful grown ass man at that. And with those things comes great responsibilities, right? So part of being responsible is owning up the fucking up. You know what I mean? Truly doing what needs to be done in order to improve as a man. And not only that, but you gotta stop making stupid choices, man. Keyshawn Davis and I looked at him to be a very talented individual, very, very talented individual that could really take him and his family up out of poverty, change the generations that come after him and put them in a great situation financially where they don't have to work, or they could, get into ventures that could help generate more wealth. You see what I'm saying? But when you look at Keyshawn Davis and what he's been doing in his career, it's like he just constantly fucking up. You see what I'm saying? It all started with the marijuana situation. You know what I'm saying? Then you miss weight against Edwin De Los Santos. Your fight gets scrapped. Then you out here somebody beats your older brother in a fight. You can't maintain your emotional stability for whatever reason, and then you cause a scene. You know what I'm saying? You fighting in your hometown. You let down Michael Vick. You let down Allen Iverson that was coming through trying to support you on some Virginia shit. You was laughing, eating popcorn in the crowd, and making it seem like everything was all right. Then you had that little episode backstage where y'all attacking IR all bright, y'all head butting him and shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, y'all acting a motherfucking fool. Then you go and you disappear for a month or so. Come back and give us a bullshit apology, in my opinion. Then let me feel like you felt bad about what you did at all. You know what I'm saying? And from there, I was like, oh, this dude, Keyshawn, he's an arrogant asshole. You see what I'm saying? Like you gotta be, for you to not to be apologetic for them stupid ass moves that you made. And mind you, Top Rank is pumping shit tons of money into Keyshawn Davis's career because they believe in him so much, and he repays them by fucking them over and losing a fight that cost him a lot of fucking money. You know what I'm saying? And then you go ahead and you throw your little shade towards Bomac and all of them. Then you even go as far as to say that you're retired from the sport of boxing as if somebody done did something to you. You see what I'm saying? Like, Keyshawn, the one that fucked up. Top Rank and them aren't too happy with him. And he running around talking about how he retired, like he ain't liking what's going on in his career. Bro, you're the reason for all your problems, bro. You came into the sport, signed to one of the biggest promoters in boxing history, bro. You ain't never had to go through shit, bro. You was you were match make properly, and you know what I mean, you were paid handsomely. Like you ain't never had to fight on no local club shows. You ain't had to deal with none of that. You were heavily protected throughout your entire career. And now you feeling like motherfuckers is doing you wrong, niggas is doing you dirty. So you retired until like somebody ain't valuing you, bro. You had a hometown fight and you made an absolute fool out of yourself. You see what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and see what the people saying in the chat. I'm seeing a whole lot of typing on here. My boy Anonymous said, I think he has discipline issues because, to be honest, a lot of these boxers are going through things while in these camps. That's a fact. That's a fact. These fight. You think Keyshawn the only one that struggles maintaining his mental health? There's plenty of fighters that do that, especially when these motherfuckers getting knocked upside their head, you know, since they was 7, 8 years old. Yeah, they're gonna be a couple screws loose, man. But you don't see these motherfuckers running the liquor. You don't see these motherfuckers running the weed. You don't see motherfuckers making a fool out of themselves. Y'all done seen Ammo Williams struggle with his mental health and put up all these crazy Instagram posts online and shit like that. But guess what? You don't see Ammo Williams out here making a fool out of himself, fucking up fights, being caught with drugs or alcohol. Like you don't hear those things about Ammo Williams. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like Keyshawn Davis is just trying to use that mental health issue excuse for why he's making terrible decisions and pretty much diving into alcoholism. Like, I really don't understand, dude. Big Vic, the man coming through, he said, I dealt with PTSD, depression, panic attack disorder from my childhood cancer diagnosis. Goddamn, I'm sorry to hear that, brother. He said, by drinking myself to a hospital visit away from death, realized alcohol is making it worse. Been sober 8 years. Hey, yo, hold on. Let me go ahead and hit the applause for my boy Big Vic, the man. Brother, congratulations. Love that story, brother, and I hope you continue your path to sobriety. Because not everybody has the mental fortitude like yourself, brother, to get past that. There's people who never overcome that. So the fact that you was able to do that and be clean for almost a decade, that's very admirable, brother. Shout out to the boy Big Vic, the man. You feel what I mean? That's very impressive, and I salute to you for that. And I hope you continue that path. You see what I'm saying? Shout out to Shay in the building. He said, facts. People think it's okay to fuck up and blame it on mental health. And it's okay. It's not the key. It's not with Key. He has a kid that should be enough to get himself together if he really loves his son. That's a fact. That's a fact. Baboon Balloon say, how much blame can Keyshawn take? To be honest, the people around you play a big part as well most of the time. Ryan Garcia is another example of having a bunch of backstabbers that can't get you on track. Keyshawn got to take all the blame. He a grown-ass man, Baboon. He a grown-ass man. That man had, listen, that man's team was Brian Bomac McIntyre and his staff. You can't tell me that them dudes don't move right. Look at what they did with Terrence Crawford. I never heard of Terrence Crawford being fucking with weed or dealing with alcohol and fucking up fights as a result of his lack of discipline. I never heard that with Steven Nelson. I never heard that with Jamel Herring while he was over there. I never heard that with any fighter that has dealt directly with Bomac and them. So we're not going to make it seem like it's his team's fault and we need to be pointing fingers at his team. No, Keyshawn is a grown-ass man. He knows what's at stake. And most importantly, he knows what he should be doing, what he should not be doing, especially as a fucking father. You see what I'm saying? He understands the level of boxing that he's on where, you know, one fight could change his life for the better. You see what I mean? So, or the worse. Let's keep it real. One fight could change your career for the worse. So while you in this moment, you need to be moving correctly. I'm not going to blame or point fingers at somebody outside of Keyshawn Davis. He's his own man. He makes his own choices. And don't nobody else around him make them choices except him. So he's ultimately to blame for that. You see what I mean? So I don't understand. How much blame can Keyshawn take? All of it, because he's the one that's committing the actions. Just like when Ryan Garcia tests positive. How much blame can he take for testing positive? All of it, because it was his negligence that or him, you know, just purposely being a cheater that caused that situation to unfold the way it did. You see what I'm saying? My boy Anonymous back. Wait. Shay said something before that. Wait, even before that. DJ Rush said boxing is a long-term game. Top Rank will push more black fighters like Abdullah Mason. Promoters want to be assured their money not going to go to waste. That's a fact. And that's just bigger than promote. That's just business. You know what I mean? I'm sure all businessmen want to be assured that their money's not going to go to waste. Like, for instance, I just renewed the lease in my apartment for 2 more years. You know what I'm saying? And he tried to give me a price that I really wasn't feeling. Like, I wasn't feeling that rent price that he was talking about, initially. But when I gave him the rundown and told him, like, yo, I've always been a good tenant. You never had to worry about money. You know what I mean? Like, your money is short with me. He was like, you know what? You're right. And gave me a crazy price. A crazy price. So in business, motherfuckers want to be assured that their money not going to go to waste, or you just good money overall. You want to be reliable in business. And what's ironic is this nigga's name is the businessman. He calls himself the businessman. And it's like, bro, you do everything that is against good business. You take part in things that are the complete opposite of good business. You change up on your team when you have when you have an episode and you made it seem like it was, their fault for how the way you acted. You see how Keyshawn just pointing the finger at everybody else and not trying to fix himself. Like, that's highly concerning to me. Shay follows through. He says he's just an idiot. When you get money early, you don't know what to do because you didn't go through the dirt. Oh, man. Anonymous said he always looking for excuses and scapegoats and substances when things go wrong. It's not a healthy practice. Ooh-wee. He said, I forgot to mention in my post above that until the day I quit blaming it on my mental health and my life circumstances before I was able to put the bottles down. Yeah, the real revolution happens right inside of you. That's what J. Cole said. What good is taking over? What good is, what the hell he said? What good is taking over if we know what you're going to do? The only real revolution happens right inside of you. I said, what good is taking over when we know what you're going to do? The only real revolution happens right inside of you. Biggie said something about we can't change the world unless we change ourselves. It all starts within us. That's the first step towards change, is accountability, for sure. Yeah, I mean, but shout out to the boy Big Vic, the man. Neek J in the building. What's up? From Queens of Boxing Talk. Neek J, you gotta come up here one time and chop it up with me, man. You just be in the comments. I don't know what you shy. Let me know what it is. So speaking of ammo, I'm nervous for him versus ADMITS. That's a dangerous fight. But Carlos Adames, Ammo got some things working for him, like Adames, some inactivity and stuff like that. I just don't think Ammo's on that level, to be honest. Like, the way that Carlos Adames performed against Hamza Shiraz, I thought that was an elite level performance, in my opinion. I love the defense. I love the aggressiveness, the explosiveness, the combinations. Like, he really did his thing in that fight. And if he brings a similar performance over for Ammo could very well be in trouble. Shout out to Nick J in the building. Baboon said, I meant out of training. Who knows the type of people he be hanging out with outside the gym? Well, you know what I'm saying? Keyshawn Davis, that still falls on him at the end of the day, because ain't nobody telling him to chill with them people. Let's say you totally right, Baboon, and he chilling with people outside of the gym that are bad influences. He a grown-ass man. He should know who good for him and who bad for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should know that this group over here, they get into trouble. Like, let's say, for example, Circle A over here is motherfuckers who's dedicated, locked in on their crafts. They work hard. They successful people. They stay out of the way. Then you got this group over here that these motherfuckers be in and out of jail. You know what I mean? They ain't got no money, ain't got no shit going on, always trying to fight, always acting like a fucking fool, get kicked out of everywhere. You're going to know off rip, just based off of those observations, who you're going to be wanting to chill with. If you want to be a hood rat, go ahead. Go be with the hood rat niggas. If you want to be around motherfuckers who stand up individuals and do shit and get shit done for them and their families, you know what I mean? Like, that's the type of motherfuckers you should want to be around. So Keyshawn Davis ain't no baby. He ain't 10, 12 years old where he easily manipulated and just don't got a good viewpoint of the world and shit like that. He know what the fuck he doing. And that's why I don't feel bad for him from that standpoint. I don't feel bad for him. He doing stupid shit and he's, earning stupid prizes as a result of that. He's definitely a walking contradiction to his alias, to his nickname. You know what I'm saying? DJ Rush said, Keyshawn reminds me of my older brother. He just makes excuses for how his life is at 30. But even with his dad in his life, blaming everyone like his mom did previously. Wow. Shay says, facts. I know a guy who went to the Olympics, said Key the best boxer he's seen spar. Hopefully he don't waste his talent. And that's another thing. Like, I don't know what it is about these guys, man, but it's always like the most talented motherfuckers, bro. Some of the most gifted people that walk the face of this earth always seem to take advantage. I mean, they always take for granted what people would kill to have. You know what I mean? There's people, if they were in your shoes, will really take the advantage of the situation. And here y'all go taking shit for granted, bro. Like, that shit is absolutely insane to me. Like, I knew if I would have been in Keyshawn Davis's shoes, there would have been no way that liquor would ever get anywhere near me, that marijuana would get anywhere near me. Like, if I had the abilities of a Keyshawn Davis or anything near that, we going all in with this boxing shit. But I just find it so funny. It's like the motherfuckers who wasn't as gifted, motherfuckers who wasn't as skilled, they trained their asses off. They leave no stones unturned. They cross their T's and dot their I's, well prepared. Hold on. My fault, yo. There's people who aren't as gifted as Keyshawn, you know what I mean, aren't as sheltered as Keyshawn, that work they asses off and really live like fighters, but then it'd be the most talented, skilled motherfuckers who just be willing to throw it all away. And that's what Keyshawn doing right now. Moving like this. You look like it sound like you ready to throw all this shit away because you want to make some dumbass choices. But because you ain't, maybe Keyshawn would probably have more discipline or more structure in his life if he had a solid fucking dad around him to tell him right from wrong. You could tell Keyshawn lacked the disciplinarian in his life, like a true masculine disciplinarian. He never had that. I mean, you ain't had that father that Floyd Mayweather had, or that, that disciplinary that Floyd had, that Tim Bradley had, that motherfucking who else was a tough dad? Shane Mosley dad. You ain't had none of that. Bill Haney, you ain't had none of that. That's probably why you be feeling a way about somebody like that, because he was able to be blessed with something that you wasn't. You know what I'm saying? But absolutely disgusting, bro. This dude was drinking every day in a can with Edwin De Los Santos, came in overweight. You know what I mean? Refused to lose the weight and shit like that. So it was like, it almost made me feel like you blatantly drank just to avoid that fight with Edwin De Los Santos. And the fact that you didn't attempt to get that extra weight off when you probably could have, you probably ain't want to fight, brother. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I mean? Bella Face says Keyshawn low-key duck De Los Santos. I mean, that it's starting to really look like that. Because I told y'all, when he jumped on that scale and he was 3 pounds over, that man had hella water in his system. He wasn't sweating, none of that. He could have made that weight, bro. He could have really made that weight. He chose not to. So when you do shit like that, how can you? And then I heard Keyshawn saying shit like De Los Santos and them ain't want to fight. What the fuck you mean they ain't want to fight? They made weight, motherfucker. That lets you know everything you need to know. If a motherfucker, I'm gonna tell you this: if somebody makes weight look like a dead man on that scale just to fight you, they want to fight. They want to fight. You see what I'm saying? Like they want to fight. Trust me. If they making all them sacrifices, they try and get paid. They trying to rumble. It is what it is. The motherfucker who don't make weight and then don't try to do anything to try to get the fight back in place, that's the motherfucker in my eyes that don't want to fight. You know, that's just how I see it. Shay said, Mark, you think he can make do you think he can make 35 because he just missed weight while drinking? What you mean he just missed weight? No, he missed weight in his last fight, not recently. But what do I think he can still make 35? Yeah, I think he can still make 35. Definitely. He told you that the reason why he was 3 pounds over is because of how much he was drinking. Like I told y'all, liquor really sits in your system. It's slow, that shit slows down your metabolism. Everything. It's really a boxer's kryptonite, man. It drains everything of what it drains about just about every part of a boxer that, if taken care of, will make them elite. Slows down the legs, slows down reflexes, timing. You have trouble getting weight off, and bro, that shit is a fucking nightmare to deal with as a boxer. I don't understand why people pick up a bottle. I'll never get it. But I think Keyshawn, if he put the motherfucking bottle down, I think he could still make 35. But I feel, I feel like he getting up out of 35 just so him and Shakur won't eventually collide or whatever the case is. But guess what? You moved up to 40 just for Shakur to fight at 40 and take that fucking fight that you was looking to get so bad. Teofimo Lopez. So that's your brother, but for him being your brother, he do take a lot of your opportunities, brother, or potential opportunities, I must say. Nick J says, sounds like he thought he was Ryan Garcia. Dumbass forgot he was black. Silly ass. Yeah, because when Ryan Garcia was doing that, everybody was laughing. Oh, man, yo, Ryan crazy, man. Yo, Ryan crazy. He drinking. He smoking. Yo, he be spazzing out on the internet. Well, Keyshawn Davis, man, look at this nigga Keyshawn, man. Keyshawn, man, look at this thug, man. Look out the way that boy Keyshawn. Man, look at what Keyshawn doing, man. Man, Keyshawn out here acting a motherfucker. They cooking him for that. They cooking him for that. I seen the comment section. They was cooking him for that. You said, well, Johnson is his trainer now. Who you talking about, Johnson? Who you talking about? Who's Johnson? Let's see. Big Vic the man said Shakur has a lot on his plate. After the fight, Shakur should tell Keyshawn that he can't be around until he get right. If he hasn't got right yet, you get sucked into the life of alcoholism quick. Yeah. Yeah, man. But Shakur, he said that Keyshawn's his brother, man. Says, yeah, Key said he made his own team from his hometown. Okay. Me personally, I feel like Keyshawn Davis took himself away from Bomac and them because of how the way that situation unfolded. That night he was supposed to fight De Los Santos. You know what I mean? He was acting a fool with Nair and Nair Albright and all that after he punched on Keyshawn's older brother. They get it gets a little physical in there, whatever the case is. And then Bomac and them come to apologize to Nair on Keyshawn's behalf. Then Tim Bradley let it be known that Keyshawn said that that it was Top Rank fault that he crashed out like that because they put the rooms too close to each other and all this bullshit. It's like, bro, y'all niggas really just y'all do everything except hold yourselves accountable, bro. Randall Johnson is his head trainer. It's no longer Bomac. Yeah, I knew it was no longer Bomac. I just didn't know who he selected. But Randall Johnson, salute. Hopefully you make Keyshawn a better fighter. I'm tired of shit, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. But let's get into the next topic, y'all. Let's talk about one of Bella Faith's favorite people in the sport of boxing, man. Brian Norman Jr. Brian Norman Jr. just coming off of a defeat to Devin Haney not too long ago. He's looking to get back in world title contention at 147 pounds and hopefully get that rematch with Ryan Garcia. I seen the interview that he had done with Jigar Talk. You know what I'm saying? I heard there was some crazy headlines, so I tapped in to see exactly what Brian Norman has said. And one of the biggest things that was said out of all of this was this right here. Let me go ahead and pull that up. Let's see. Let's pull this up right here. Shout out to the boy Hassan Wells. What's going on in the boxing world? You know what I mean? Let me go ahead and share this for y'all to see. Because I ain't gonna lie, when I first heard the headline, I was like, nah, that's definitely clickbait. Like, I highly doubt Brian Norman actually did this. But here, let's see it right here.
You thought about exploring other options as far as training is concerned?
Yes, I will say my father is no longer my head trainer at the moment, but I have been looking at other options at the moment. So I know some things had to get shooken up a little bit, just had to move different ways.
You thought about exploring other options as far as training is concerned?
Wow. That shit crazy. Yo, Brian Norman Sr., man. Yo, like, you talked all this. I just want to say this. You talked all this shit about Bill Haney not being a coach, and you said all this negative shit about Bozy, and you talk so much shit about everybody, and you go ahead with your son and you lay one of the biggest eggs of this era in front of the Saudi people. You know what I'm saying? You run from the internet. You know what I mean? You only be doing interviews with the boy Mill City and shit because that's your homie and shit like that. But you ain't pop up on this channel not one time since Devin Haney done whooped your son ass. You feel what I'm saying? You came through on my channel a couple times in the lead up to the fight. You know what I mean? Underestimating Devin Haney, got a terrible game plan, thinking you know it all when you really don't know shit. Just for your own son to fire you. This nigga looked you dead in your eyes and told you this, man.
You're fired.
What Brian Norman Jr. told you, Pops?
You're fired.
Oh, shit. That nigga straight up told you niggas, you're fired. Straight got you right the fuck up out of here, man. You talking all that big shit about niggas, man. Tell them motherfuckers, yeah, he tripping. Straight told him, you're fired. Straight got Brian Norman Sr. the fuck up out of here, your own son. Now I'm gonna say this, man. Shout out to Brian Norman Jr. That nigga is a man of courage. You know what I'm saying? Because there's not many instances where a fighter has the balls to fire their father as their head coach. You see Teofimo Lopez, he pussy. He won't never have his dad sit on the sideline. Even though he really don't want his dad to train him. That's why he keep trying to get trained by everybody else. That's why he was trying to get with Reynoso and them real bad and all that bullshit. You know, because he really don't believe in his pops. You know what I mean? His pops don't know shit. He know that his pops don't know shit. And ain't nothing more that the old head could teach him for real. That's why he just got him running around. But his dad's too arrogant to admit that, you know, he's overstayed his welcome as a head coach for his son. You know what I'm saying? And this is a whole bunch of situations, man, where fighters could have did a lot better without their pops, but they just chose to keep their pops around because they didn't want to have that uncomfortable conversation. Brian Norman Jr., he must have had that uncomfortable conversation with his father. And I don't know exactly how the way Brian Norman Sr. feels about the situation, but I'm sure he may feel away like, damn, son, we only lost one fight, and you trying to, you put me, you firing me, and you getting somebody else to help. to train me, like damn, like train you, damn, bro. Like I trained you your whole life. You had one mishap and you about to replace me, so we'll see. You know what I mean? Said that sound effect is a classic. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That boy, he ain't doing so good out here in these streets.
You're fired.
He talking about it right now. Who? Where at? Where you talking about it at? We might need to do. Oh yeah, there you go.
Any man can hit anybody in the right, especially early in the fight. You got to remember when people get knocked out early in the fight because they're cold, especially when they.
Damn, that nigga camera dirty. That nigga hat brim yellow than a motherfucker. Motherfucker ain't get a cut and I don't know how long. Hoodie droopy as shit. Oh yeah, he feeling that shit, y'all.
It hadn't been touched. Remember what I told you. Devin Haney only landed 2 punches on him. Before B got dropped, Devin Haney had only landed 2 punches on him. So B was still cold in terms of getting hit, in terms of taking blows. I'm a very smart man, if y'all listen to me. But I know the boxing world hate me, and they chose not to listen to me. But if you go back and you look at what I say, you will see, damn, that nigga was right. About everything I said, about every person I told you was going to do what they was going to do, about everything. Because if I say it, then I meant it. And if it don't be that, I'm gonna give you that, I don't know. I'm going to give you that iffy. But when I know they like that, I know they like that. I've been around a long time. All I do is learn, try to progress, try to, capitalize, try to maximize whatever it is I'm doing. And that's what I did with boxing when it came to Brian Norman Jr. and he chose to do this as a living. You know, I sat down for months right here on the sofa. You remember? I talk to you all the time. Sitting, I didn't go to work. I wasn't working. I sat right here, studied Devin Haney, studied everything, watched all the podcasts. I did everything. I studied everything. I had him down to a T, and I'm telling you now, I still had him and still have him down to a T. I told y'all what he was going to do. And
but he still beat your son.
I said he does have the ability to hurt Brian, drop him, or whatever. I said any man does. I said that. Because any man is a man. Any man can do that. You feel what I'm saying? All Brian Norman Jr. needed was a jab.
Nigga, you said that Devin Haney ain't got no power and you wasn't worried about shit he brought to the table. This nigga switching the whole shit up. Nigga, he thought niggas forgot.
See, what the world didn't know is that Brian Norman Jr. has a wonderful jab. That's what.
And you also told your son in the corner that he can't punch to walk to him. He got dropped right after that. Dummy.
They didn't know. I just showed you on that he was out jabbing Devin Haney. And when he was jabbing Devin Haney, just because of reach. Let's go back to the reach. Remember when I told y'all about how Devin Haney was when he had to reach on them little guys? He jabbed a lot more. That was all he did. Go watch his other fights. I know what the fuck I'm looking at. He didn't jab Brian Norman Jr. from fear of being countered. You jab when you punch, you fear getting hit. He was sneaking shots. He was trying to sneak little shots in there. He punched when he knew B wasn't going to punch back. I know what the fuck I'm doing.
No, the fuck you don't, dickhead. That's why you got fired, stupid. The fuck you mean you know what you doing, nigga?
You're fired.
What?
Now, again, this is my last time teaching y'all and telling y'all. You can go back and look for your goddamn self. I told y'all, I showed y'all, and the proof is in the motherfucking pudding. I just showed you on that fight right there. Y'all told me I sent him out there to get hurt. Well, when the fuck did he go? When was he rushing in reckless? Go look at that knockdown again to see when the fuck he rushed in reckless at any point in time. B has very good balance. He has very good balance in and out game. Like his own. He's a lot better than even what y'all saw today. You feel what I'm saying? I told y'all Devin Haney wasn't gonna get around him. Did he get around him? No. He was right in front of him the whole time, just like I told y'all how he wasn't for Ramirez. Everything I fucking told you was the truth. Everything I told you was the truth.
Right.
But hey, man, it is what it is.
Let me get into some of this smoke, man. They got so many super chats here, and they were trying to get.
I ain't gonna tell you. Look, I done told you. You know, if you get into the smoke, you know I'm gonna have to get all negative again and again. Like
you running, you running from the people, nigga. Yeah, you want to talk all that bullshit when it's all good when you on the up. You know what I'm saying? When you doing your thing and you winning and everything looking, spectacular, it's cool. It's so easy to shit on the people and talk like don't nobody know shit. But when you get exposed for who you truly are, and you know what I mean, you got embarrassed in front of the world. Now you want to run from the people? No. You like to dish that shit out, but you don't like to take it. Pause. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what make this nigga a bitch. Like you call niggas all types of you call Boots a bitch, and I heard you disrespect Boots. You called him a pussy. You called him a pussy on my channel. You called Boots a pussy on my channel. I remember that shit clear as day. But I guess if anybody showed to be pussy, it's you, nigga. Fuck is you talking about?
I told you. Listen. If you get into that, I just told you, I'm a very happy man.
That nigga teeth matches yellow ass hat brim. Let's go, champ.
Mm-hmm.
I'm paid, be paid. My family happy. My family healthy. I got all my kids.
You're telling the people. You tell me, will the people hear?
I see. Listen. I see my grandkids damn near every single day. They always look like that's a blessing. It's 9 of us, 10 with my other daughter. 10. It's 10 of us. 10. You feel what I'm saying? I see my kids all the time. They love me. They happy. I love to see when my grandkids happy to see me. Like we all cool. That's not a. I didn't see my mama. I didn't see my motherfucking dad in 3-4 years. You feel what I'm saying? He in Oklahoma. He live in Oklahoma. I'm not saying that in a negative way. Like I ain't got no relationship with my daddy. But I'm just saying though, I ain't seen my dad in 3-4 years. You feel what I'm saying? Like that wasn't a thing for me. My kids see me all the time. Whenever they want, I'm always at the drop of a dime, and they come by. Even when I was around my parents like that, I didn't just come by just like that. You feel what I'm saying? So I already know I'm off to a better start, as we should be than the ones that come before us. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm cool with all that. I'm happy, bro. I'm happy. It's less stressful not dealing with this shit here. That's why I don't be on it. It's less stressful not dealing with it. I just watch it for entertainment now. Not this, because I don't watch no YouTube. I don't watch none of your interviews no more. I don't watch none of it. Matter of fact, I did watch some of yours, and I started to say something just to show y'all I was watching. You was interviewing somebody probably yesterday. Who you was interviewing? You interviewed somebody, but I watched it. I started to salute you just to let you know I was there because I ain't been watching. You feel what I'm saying? But I know if I put me in the chat, shit. So I ain't do it. I liked it. I liked the video and I went on about my business. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, I ain't gonna put me in the chat. You feel what I'm saying? So my thing is what we talking about. What we really doing? What are we really trying to accomplish? All the miserable people in there talking about me, what are you really trying to accomplish? Like, ask yourself that. What are you really trying to accomplish? Because
we trying to let you know that you's a fucking bitch for talking all that shit about people. You know what I mean? Calling niggas out and, just obsessing over other men. And then when it's time for you to have some humble pie, you want to run away from it. You's a true bitch. You see what I'm saying? You so quick to call motherfuckers out and talk crazy about them. And you say that you sticking by the facts and all this bullshit. But the facts are you had a terrible performance coaching against, Devin Haney. You gave your son terrible instructions against Devin Haney. Your son got outclassed by Devin Haney after saying that, Devin ain't got no power. You know what I mean? He ain't nothing he got for y'all to really be worried about. Nigga, you was doing motherfucking 24-hour streams with this nigga Mill City. Now you ain't want to come through because you don't want to deal with the criticism that came with all that shit you talked previously, bro, if you gonna be out here talking that shit, see, that's why, and I know this is kind of random, but check this out. This nigga Jake Paul, right? Jake Paul talks shit. He talks so much shit. He plays the heel unlike anybody else currently in the sport of boxing. But one thing about that motherfucker, when he got his jaw broke by AJ, you seen this nigga the next day laughing at himself. You know, laughing, yo, the people was making fun of him and he was posting shit as his profile picture. Like he didn't run from the people. And I respect Jake Paul for that. Even though I don't really look at him as like a great boxer or a boxer, you know, overall, you know what I mean? I think he's a little bit more on the entertainment side. But one thing about him, when he lost, he ain't run from nobody. He ain't run from nobody. He's still right there. He made jokes about it. He laughed it off, and he said he's continuing on with his career. You can see Jake Paul on social media any fucking day. These niggas went incognito. So that's what we want to tell you. Don't be talking all that bullshit, and then when it's time to, you know, face the fire, now all of a sudden you ain't traceable. Get the fuck out of here, bro. That's bitch shit.
Because I accomplished what I'm trying to accomplish. I already did. Now I just got to maintain it. I accomplished it already. I already fucking did it. That's amazing to accomplish what the fuck the goal, all the goals you're trying to accomplish. But I got like, I'm not even exaggerating. I got like 15, 16 calls. You know, I got a call out. and these are not just calls for sale. These are calls like I just, you know, that I, you know, old school, you know how me, you know how I roll. You feel what I'm saying? 72 Chevelle, 72 Pony. And I did this before boxing. And the boxing about none of that. So let's keep that, let's keep that in mind. I'm just doing shit for no fucking reason. What are we doing? You understand what I'm saying? So what am I doing? What am I doing now? I can go where I want to go. I can go on vacation. I can work the day if I want to work the day. If I don't have to, if I don't have to.
Smash it like
Thank God.
My bad. Can you hear me?
yeah.
That's a blessed life to live. That's a blessed life to live. You feel what I'm saying? So why would I let negativity from people I don't know, and I'm not shitting on none of y'all. I want y'all to feel what I feel. I want y'all to achieve what I achieve. For the fathers and the sons who hit me on the inbox, I ain't been seeing them lately because I ain't really been on my inbox. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep your kid close.
The fuck is this nigga talking about? This nigga talking about everything but boxing. See, you sound like niggas who use money and success as like a defense mechanism, bro. I hate you would criticize a nigga about something. You're like, man, remember whenever somebody criticized Floyd or came at Floyd and he got all offended, all my houses are paid for, all my cars are paid for. If I want to retire, I can retire. Like, ain't nobody asked you that, dickhead. Don't nobody give a fuck about that shit, bro. We ask you to hold yourself accountable. We telling you to face the fire. You talked all that bullshit. Now you gotta deal with what come behind that. What actions, comes consequences. You see what I mean? So we over here talking boxing, and you talking about you got 16 cars. Like, nigga, who cares? Who fucking cares? I see, on some real shit, bro. Yo, Brian Norman Jr., you did a great job getting this nigga out of that head trainer position, bro. This nigga thinks he knows it all. Bro, you let this nigga tell it, bro. He got life all figured out. He got life all figured out. He got all the answers. Ain't nothing you can really tell this nigga because he know everything. This nigga's God. This nigga got a God complex. This nigga got a superiority complex. This nigga's a clown.
Keep him under your wing. Don't let him go too far away from you. You feel what I'm saying? Just make sure you're going in the right path and you know what you're doing. And it's definitely possible for you too. You feel what I'm saying? That's why I do it. That's whether it's track, swimming. It don't matter what it is. You get out what you put in. Brian Norman Jr. get out of boxing because he put in boxing every single day. This is his fucking life. So now he get out what he put in. You feel what I'm saying? So that's for the people. You just job, career, whatever it is you want to do, business, put into it, and you're gonna get it back out. That's all I'm saying. You feel what I'm saying? All positive, no hate towards nobody but Greg Hackett punk ass and Jamil Parker. Come down here and fight me. We'll be here. Let's make this money through YSM channel, Greg Hackett channel, Mill City, and we'll hey, we can make this shit big show. Huh?
That's how I know you a bitch too, because you refused to come to Philly, scared for your life. Greg Hackett came to Atlanta to rumble you, cuz came to your home, saw you, and fought you. And on some real shit, I don't really think he beat Greg. I watched the fight. I didn't really see what he did to really beat. I had that shit draw, worst case scenario. Niggas suck. Just keep it 1,000. Niggas suck. But they asked y'all to do the fight in Philly. You don't want to come to Philly because you talked all that shit about niggas from Philly, but you don't want to come up here. Like you one of the scariest niggas, bro. Like yeah, it always be the niggas who be running their mouth, be the biggest pussies, bro. Straight up. He called out YSM because he can't control YSM. You see what I'm saying? He wanted Jamil to push a certain narrative. Jamil wasn't doing that. He got his own narrative. If the nigga feel like if Jamil Philly, if he feel like a certain way about something, he gonna put that shit out there, or he gonna let motherfuckers voice their own opinions. He let niggas voice their own opinions, so he felt the way, I guess, because he be dealing with Boots. Boots and Norman were supposed to fight. Y'all already know the history behind that. We don't gotta get into that. But Brian Norman, the type motherfucker, he want to control you. He want a nigga like Mill City, stupid ass over here, just nodding his head every time Norman says something. Like Norman want to feel like the superior one. He want to feel like the head honcho. He want to feel like the smartest nigga in the room. Whole time he just sound dumb. You only sound smart to stupid niggas, bro.
Make a big show happen.
We can make a big show out of it. Come get this work. Y'all think y'all about that life? All y'all Philly niggas, this ain't no disrespect to y'all, but all y'all Philly niggas, go to your people. The tri-state area, go to your people. Say go whoops in your ass. Tell them, show them it was a fluke for once and for all. Let us be the judge. We'll work out with y'all the judge. The poll will be the judge. How about that? Y'all know the chat don't like me. You feel what I'm saying? Make it where you the judge. Because I might knock his ass out this time because I got a fucking hook this time. You feel what I'm saying? I got a hook this time. I might knock his ass out. You feel me? I was very limited. I was very, very, very limited to what I was doing last time. And it's going to have to be, I said no headgear, but it's going to have to be headgear because it ain't sanctioned. Oh, he definitely going to go to sleep. Oh, he going to get beat the fuck up. Come on down, baby. Come on down. Come on through, baby. ATL. Oh, shit. I didn't even know I had it on. Look. Team Norman. I didn't even realize I had it on the whole goddamn time. Hey, Atlanta, Team Norman. For life, man. That's my blood. That's my name. It's always Team Norman. It's always Team Brian Norman Jr., man. Nothing but love, respect to everybody in the chat. Keep doing what you're doing. Number positivity. I love all y'all. Love B. Norman Jr. I love you, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Love Zab Judah. All y'all, man. Shout out to my boy Johnny from the Hangout Spot. I got to shout out to my boy Johnny. You feel what I'm saying? My boy Johnny get mad when I don't shout him out. My boy Shun, my boy Mark Nash, Tay Jones. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm winning awards and shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. Now y'all suckers who want to take what I say and twist that shit, man, eat a dick. Y'all just miserable, bro. You just miserable. Go find something to do with yourself. Like this shit get in your spirit and it's bad for you. You gotta let this shit out your spirit, but you gotta have a release valve. Go punch a heavy bag or some shit. You feel me? All right, man. I'm gonna holler at y'all.
Appreciate you, Tszyu. I'm about to get you kryptonite on here.
All right, bet. Hey, when you get him, tell him to bring his ass down. No excuses. You said you'll come. I want to hear shit by my arm. I want to hear shit by shit. Come on down. Ain't nothing but a plane ticket, nigga. You got money. You say you got money? Ain't nothing but a plane ticket. Come on down. You and Jamil. Both of y'all, same day. I'm going to show you. Real talk. Same day. We'll give it enough time because see, what they don't know. 2 months wasn't enough time. Think about the shape I got in 2 months. Nigga, give me 3-4 months. I'm going to burn y'all niggas just on shape alone. I'm a bad motherfucker, man. Y'all gonna see. I'm out of you.
Appreciate you, Norman.
Yeah.
Have a good night, man. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel yet. See if we can get see if Greg's around. Salute to everybody that has, put out the super chats. We're gonna read them out right now, and I'm also gonna get the call in. So anyone that wants to call in, chop it up with your boy, get your thoughts on all this content that we just got here, man. And rumors has it that what versus Tim Tszyu, possibly. Ooh, that's a
That show ass when he ain't got another nigga on it. That nigga personality dry than the motherfucker. But anyways, like I was saying, yeah, ain't nothing new about that goofy ass nigga. Ain't shit changed. That nigga's a know-it-all. Very, very, very toxic to have in a boxing corner when you feel like you know it all and can't nobody tell you shit. That's exactly why you getting replaced, brother. And hopefully Brian Norman Jr. makes the right choice in who he, has in his corner moving forward. Hopefully it's a quality trainer, somebody who's actually who's experienced, you know what I mean? Somebody who could really a trainer who really is tailored for his type of style. You know what I mean? Like really looking at, who would be a good coach? You know who would be a good coach for Brian Norman Jr.? I ain't even gonna lie. I think this dude, and I don't even fuck with this coach neither, but he's a way better coach than Brian Norman Sr. Derek James. Derek James would be a good fit for Brian Norman Jr., in my opinion. Because one thing about Brian Norman, he need to get back to the fundamentals, not jumping into punches and lunging it. No. We got to emphasize that jab, right? Because then Brian Norman Sr. just say, oh, my son, he wasn't throwing his jab. Okay, well, with somebody who's fundamentally based like Derek James, it'll definitely get Brian Norman more on the jab and, creating angles and stepping off of the line. Shit like that. He already got the power. He already got the speed. He got the conditioning. And one thing about Brian Norman Jr. is he's a student. So he's definitely going to soak some things up and get, I think him and Derek James would work together pretty well. You see what I'm saying? Coffee Plant says Bomac. Bomac could definitely get Brian Norman in great shape and definitely sharpening up his tools. Yeah, Bomac would do a phenomenal job. Bomac and his staff, of course, would do a phenomenal job with Brian Norman. But I think I like Derek James as a coach for Brian Norman too, because he definitely got to work on the fundamentals, in my opinion. That's just me. And you're not going to work with Derek James and not pick up the fundamentals. That's for sure. Bomac would do a great job. Shit, Bomac one of the best coaches in the game. Bomac and them don't play that shit. So, yeah, man. So, spoke about Brian Norman Jr. firing his father, man, getting him out the motherfucking pick. You feel what I'm saying? Straight kick that nigga to the curb. You heard? Told that nigga straight up.
You're fired.
So now he moving on. Now they moving on. Brian Norman Jr., I'm sure they say he might come back in March or April or whatever the case is. You know what I mean? Which is a great time frame for Brian Norman to come back. I mean, he ain't take much punishment. He ain't, you know what I mean? It's not like he had to heal any wounds or anything like that. He just got outclassed. You feel me? So getting him back in March, April would definitely be a good look for Brian Norman. So looking forward to seeing that and seeing who he ends up working with. And much kudos to him for firing his father, because a lot of niggas ain't built for that. You see what I mean? And it was like, man, he ain't fired. Nigga, if you are the head coach and you are no longer the head coach and you're pursuing somebody else to fill the role, you got fired from that position. So miss me with the stupid shit. Do I think Ronnie Shields would be a good option? He would. He would. He definitely would. Because Ronnie Shields, one thing about him, he's big on technique with his fighters. You know what I mean? Also, he happens to have one of the fighters with one of the best jabs in the sport, Jamal Charlo, right? So he could definitely help you, in those departments. I met Ronnie Shields out in Reading. I met him in Reading at the Santander Arena. Nice guy. Very, very humble, nice guy. But yeah, Ronnie Shields would be a great trainer for him. Brian's dad drinking on the job is crazy work. Is that what he was doing? Is that what he was doing? That I don't know what's up with these niggas and drinking. I would never understand it. I would never understand it. But yeah, ain't nothing really much to really say about that. Let me see. Marissa Alvarez in the building said, Mark, remember I told you in December that Errol Spence was coming back in 2026 and Bam is going to fight in San Antonio soon. I got that information from a reliable source / person. Wow, well, shit. I seen Bam put on social media that he wants to fight in San Antonio again. You know what I'm saying? So that'll definitely be dope for him. I like that. I'm just glad I was able to meet the man. You feel me? One of the best fighters in the world. Now, in terms of Errol Spence coming back in 2026, still haven't heard about no coaches. We see that he's in phenomenal shape, so he's definitely working. He's definitely working out. He ain't blowing up like he used to in his younger years. Yeah, it'd be dope to see Errol Spence come back. Him versus Tim Tszyu is not a bad fight at all. I still think that's a bit dangerous, but it ain't like Tim Tszyu's on a fucking high right now in terms of like beating top guys, and you know what I mean. Like he's been coming up short in fights. You know what I mean, and I think Errol going straight into a fight with Tim Tszyu, coming off of a damn near 3-year layoff. That'll be impressive if he pulls it off. Like if he goes ahead and he destroys Tim Tszyu or he beats him convincingly, that'll be very impressive. You know what I mean? Like Tim Tszyu ain't the most dangerous guy to come back off of a layoff against, but at the same time, it's not like it's not the easiest, but it's not the hardest neither. You feel what I'm saying? So I think Errol Spence could pull it off. Well, we just got to see what's left with Errol, man, because when you coming off of a beating like that, you're not going to be the same. You know what I'm saying? Just, speaking from a history standpoint, the history of boxing tells us that when guys, there's guys that could get beat up their whole career and be fine, and then you have others who get beat up in one fight and turn and become totally different people. So we just got to see how Errol Spence comes back. But if he's fighting Tim Tszyu coming off of this layoff, then that lets me know that he's confident with what he has left. You feel what I'm saying? But Ronnie Shields is a good option for Ronnie Shields will be a good option for Brian Norman Jr. Derek James, I think he'll be a great fit for Brian Norman Jr. And I also think that, like Coffee Plant said, Bomac, that's a good one. That's a good one. So there's this rumor that's going around with Errol Spence right now. We just spoke about it, that him and Tim Tszyu may possibly fight each other in 2026. Now, both of these guys, deal with PBC. Both of these guys, if Errol Spence fights at 154, they'll be in the same division. And, Tim Tszyu, he ain't really got no big fights lined up right now. You see what I mean? Like he lost to Sebastian Fundora the one time. Well, he beat up on Brian Mendoza. You know what I'm saying? When he fought Sebastian Fundora after the fact, he got that terrible gash on his scalp, and it definitely deterred him, and he ended up losing that fight. But he was able to get back in the mix. Fought Bakr Murtazaliev, got stopped. Comes back off of the Bakr Murtazaliev fight. I think he beats up on Joey Spencer. Then he gets in there with Sebastian Fundora, and then, in my opinion, quits. You see what I'm saying? So, Tim Tszyu, he's not at his peak right now. I remember when everybody was like, when he stopped Tony Harrison, everybody was bigging him up. And when he beat up on Brian Mendoza, everybody was bigging him up. But, he definitely faced some bumps in the road since then. So where is Tim Tszyu's confidence at right now? You know what I mean? Did he learn from those mistakes? Is he getting better? Did they make him better? Did they make him worse? You know what I mean? There's some question marks around both of these guys. Errol Spence, what he gonna come back to be? You know what I'm saying? Anonymous said he gotta stay busy fighting December. That's what's up. One thing about Tim Tszyu, he always stood active. You know what I mean? I felt like sometimes he did too quick of a turnaround, but my fault, yeah. My fault. Shout out to the boy Tricks. What's going on, Tricks? He said Matias and Benavidez have both come forward volume punchers. What are some differences or nuances that makes David more successful as a pressure fighter? I'm gonna say the main thing is his defense. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people misconstrue the idea that because somebody's a come forward pressure fighter that they abandon their defense. David Benavidez has a way about his defense where he doesn't really get hit too crazy. You might get hit with some shots here and there, but when you throwing punches like that, punches are going to come back. That's just the reality. But David Benavidez does have a solid high guard. You know what I mean? With him being taller than a lot of the guys he fights and rangier than a lot of these guys, this is basically forbidden in boxing when guys like pull straight back and shit like that. But he's able to do that and get out of range to not be hit. You see what I mean? Matias, on the other hand, he doesn't really have those qualities where he's a taller, rangier guy like a Benavidez. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like Benavidez definitely prioritizes defense more than Superchats. Superchats, especially in that fight that he had with Dalton, he was just blatantly taking shots. You don't never see Benavidez go through them things. You know, one of the things that also helps David Benavidez defense as well is his underrated jab. Because he's constantly putting that jab out there, it's really hard to close the gap and really get some shots off against somebody like Benavidez. You feel what I'm saying? So, yes, they are both come forward volume punchers for sure. You know what I mean? Very aggressive. But the differences between the two is that Benavidez is more responsible defensively. Even if it's not like the most textbook way to go about things, the way that he goes about it, it works. You feel what I mean? Superchats, and there was a time where I heard Andre Ward say that Matias had an underrated defense, and I understood what he was talking about because, when he was coming up, this was like prior to him winning a world title and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like I would see Superchats Matias, like his high guard will be a lot tighter. I'll see him break at the waist. You know what I'm saying? I'll even see him bring his backhand over to the front of his face, come right here, bring it over here, and he was putting pressure, but it was like educated pressure. Superchats had a lot more educated pressure. This one is just like I don't know what this fight was with Dalton, but like he was just so okay with getting hit. You feel what I'm saying? So I didn't really understand that. I didn't really understand that at all. And that's what really cost me for real. Like Dalton threw 3-1-2s at you, and you ain't get away from neither one of them. Like what you got going on? Trick said David also has good reflexes and moves his head off the line. That's a fact. That's a fact. He'll definitely break at the waist. You know what I'm saying? And he does have good reflexes. I'll see him pull a shot, fire off with a combination. You know what I mean? Like Benavidez he's a lot trickier than people want to give him credit for. You know, people look at David Benavidez and be like, oh, he just throws a lot of punches. He just puts pressure. No, he's also not that easy to hit. The selfies during the ring walk was wild. Yeah, he wasn't locked in on the mission, man. I told y'all. I seen the writing on the wall. Everybody, Smoochie told me, he was like, oh, Mark, calm down. No, I'm not gonna calm down. I know what I see. I know when a motherfucker focus. I know when they not. I've been in this game too long. I know I'm young as shit, but like I've really been watching this shit and I've been in this shit for a long time, I got a good idea of when a fighter's really locked in or not. I've had to lock in before. I know where that focus takes you. If I'm about to put my life on the line, if I'm about to really fight somebody and really be in the trenches with a motherfucker where I might not come out alive in this shit. The last thing I'm gonna be worried about walking into the ring is stopping my ring walk to take selfies with niggas. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. Now after the fight, you know what I mean? If everything all good and even if I lose, as long as I'm healthy, I'll take the picture. You know what I mean? If there's nothing else for me to worry about, and I came up short, if I won, whatever the case is, then you know what I mean. If I'm sitting around or whatever the case is, yeah, we could take some pictures, absolutely. But on the way to the ring, bro, that man sitting, Don Smith ain't try to take a picture with not one motherfucker, bro. I think I seen him he give somebody a pound on the walk-in, but you know what I'm saying? What's still consistent was his walk to the ring. He didn't stop, take a picture, was holding shit up. Like, bro, that's just somebody who's not focused, in my opinion. That's not there. My boy Sean Ramsher in the building. He said, Benavidez made me a fan after beating Yard the way he did. Bro, he been beating up everybody like that. It's just something about Benavidez, man. His hand speed, his work rate, his intensity, his what brand man call it, fighting spirit, his durability, his mental fortitude. Like Benavidez is a special motherfucker, bro. Special fighter. Anybody got any other things they want to contribute to the conversation before I get up out of here, yo? I'm tired, man. We was on the live till like 2:30 last night. I had to get up at 6 to go to work. It's not a good job, man. I ain't take no naps, no energy drinks, none of that. But I'm coming into work a little later, so tomorrow. So I'm gonna catch up on some Z's for sure. Do I? No, I no. See, let's get him up out of here. That boy name is crazy. Like, I don't know what be wrong with these dudes, bro. Like, they tripping. Ralph said, I knew Benavidez was like that after the way he beat Andre. No one had ever did Andre like that. Yeah, Andre definitely. And I feel bad for Andre, right? Because even though he did fuck himself out of some opportunities and shit like that Charlo fight back in the day, he blamed like his manager over at Rock Nation or whatever the case is. But David Bennett, not David Benavidez. Demetrius Andre looked for opportunities at 54, couldn't get them. 160, became a champion there, still couldn't get opportunities. You know what I'm saying? He trying to, and he felt like, yo, bro, like I've been doing everything I can to get these big fights. I can't get them. You feel what I'm saying? So then he goes up to 68. Like he's just trying to get a big opportunity. And the man that he happens to get an opportunity against just happens to be a motherfucking monster. You know what I'm saying? And it just happens to be just, and a lot of people try to shit on Demetrius Andre for that performance, bro. Benavidez was way too big for him, bro. Way too aggressive. He had all the advantages, the youth, you like everything, bro. And Andre did what he could, but you know what I'm saying? Like it just wasn't enough. He ain't really have nothing for Benavidez to be worried about. He got stepped on. But I seen Demetrius Andrade in the gym today, actually. I seen him training on Instagram and shit like that, talking about like he ready for everybody and stuff like that. And to be real, bro, I really hope Demetrius get an opportunity, bro. Like, at 168, like I would love to see a fight between him and Caleb Plant. I keep saying that. If you don't want to get Caleb Plant, bro, go make the Jamal Charlo fight. Because I don't think Caleb Plant gonna come back to a Jamal Charlo fight after losing to Resendiz, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's get a fight for Demetrius Andrade, man. Let's see something. I'm sick of seeing this dude just sitting around just trying to get fights, and he just can't seem to get them no matter what he do. Andre versus Berlanga, I got Andre beating him. I think Andre to beat Berlanga right now. Right now. I even think that if Andre on point, I think he'll beat Caleb Plant too. Caleb Plant, I don't know what it is with him, bro. Like I just don't trust his stamina. And Demetrius Andre, he carried power the whole fight. That'll be a good chess match, bro. Andre versus Caleb Plant, that'll be a really good fight for hardcore boxer fans. Nah, not for the casual. Man, come on, man. Where's the power? Where's the power? Sit there and bang. What's all this defense? Oh, I'd love to see Demetrius Andre versus Caleb Plant, bro. That'd be a solid, like, co-main event type joint. Yeah, Caleb Plant never say Andre name. I heard Andre called Plant out, though. Lester Martinez versus Caleb Plant. Man, you trying to get Caleb Plant fucked up. Lester whoop Caleb right now. If that nigga Caleb had trouble with that smaller Resendiz got at 100 that moved up from 160 to rumbling, you don't want to fight no Lester Martinez, bro. Lester will whoop Caleb, bro, right now. And there ain't no disrespect towards Caleb. He's a good fighter, but it just he got too many. His lack of stamina is just crazy to me. Lester Martinez, he ain't gassing out. That motherfucker was going band for band with Christian and Billy. He not keeping up with him. He want to see Plant versus Resendiz part 2 wait, what? Caleb Plant versus Shiraz would be competitive, I feel like. I want to see Shiraz versus Pacheco. I want to see, because Shiraz, like, all right, like Shiraz beat Ammo. He got a gift draw with Carlos Adames and shit like that. And he beat up on Berlanga. I don't know. What reassures me that Hunter Shiraz could beat a motherfucker who can box? Because we already seen that he got trouble with like pressure with pressure and and speed and combinations. That's what Adames was giving him. And good defense too. Like I probably said that already. My phone, I'm tired. But let me see. You said Caleb Plant versus Shiraz would be competitive, I feel like. Until Shiraz hit him upside his head. Until Caleb gas out. See, Caleb Plant love to talk about what other people lacking or what they not doing, bro. Your conditioning sucks, nigga. Suck ass, nigga. Like, I don't know what your road work be like. I don't know if you just be running a half mile and then I don't know what you be doing, bro. That nigga Caleb Plant, the way he be boxing, you would never think this nigga did a sprint in his life. That nigga Caleb Plant got 2-year-old lungs, nigga. Shiraz versus Pacheco is 50-50 for me, even though some will favor Shiraz. I think it's 50-50 too. I think people seen that the last couple performances from Pacheco, like the Trevor McCumbee John, and then the fight that he just had with the fuck was it, Dajo or some shit like that? Bajo? Forgot. But that strong ass African dude. They seen that performance and they're like, oh man, he ain't ready for Shiraz. I think some people really getting I think a lot of these dudes they got Pacheco fucked up, and I think recency bias is playing a part in why they picking Hamza Shiraz. Not saying that Hamza can't beat him. Hamza can beat Pacheco. You know what I'm saying? He definitely capable. But Joe, sorry, yeah. You know, Shiraz is fully capable of beating Diego Pacheco. He is. But Pacheco got a better chance than people making it seem. Telling you. Yeah, that motherfucker plant need an asthma pump. As soon as he get, listen, man, I used to have asthma growing up. They say it never go away, it just becomes inactive. But I haven't felt a single symptom of my asthma since I was a baby, right? But that motherfucker right there, he need an asthma pump, dog. When I was out of breath, running around in recess and shit, I'll take that motherfucking pump. 3 hits of that motherfucker, my lungs will clear up, and I'll be cool. That's what Caleb Plant need, man. He need to get an exemption from whatever commission he fighting at, and be like, yo, can we bring an asthma pump in the ring, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, I seen Shannon Briggs. Shannon Briggs was born with premature lungs, bro. And he was a severe asthmatic. This nigga would have asthma attacks while he was boxing. The nigga used to have asthma attacks as he was boxing, and I still seen this nigga with a better gas tank than you. Trick said, you think Plant should go up to 175? Maybe he has been at the weight too long. He too small for 75. He way too small for 75. I think he in a fucked up situation, bro. He too big for middleweight. He too little for light heavyweight. I seen Caleb Plant in person. I told y'all, we fought on his undercard. He way too little. Let that motherfucker put that nigga Caleb Plant again with somebody, like sit him next to motherfucking Anthony Yard in terms of size. Put him then have him stand next to motherfucking Artur Betterbeef. Caleb Plant 6 feet tall, yeah, but he's not big. You being tall don't equate to you being big. You could be a tall little nigga. Caleb Plant too small. He not taking a power, none of that shit. Yeah, David Benavidez was at 68. He was bigger than Plant. That motherfucker Iglesias look a lot bigger than Plant. Demetrius Andrade probably, around the same size as Caleb Plant. And he came up from 54. As a matter of fact, let's close out the live with this right here, because I heard that Khalil Coe and Jesse Hart had gotten into it on a live call. Let me see. There you go.
Contender Khalil Coe takes on former world title challenger Jesse Hart. The winner will be a player in the light heavyweight division. The loser will take a pretty big step back. Right now, both of these fighters are joining me for this virtual face-off. Khalil, I want to start with you because this has been a fight that has been in the works, it seems, for months and months and months. It was scheduled for October as the co-main event of the Boots Ennis undercard. You were forced to pull out of that fight. What happened to you back then?
I had an injury during the first Gallegos sparring. During the first Gallegos fight that never really healed properly. You know what I mean? And I kind of irritated again during sparring. Which is the reason why when I fought him the second time, it was pretty much just the jab. You know what I mean? So I fought injured once before, and it's just I didn't plan on doing it again. I want to make sure I'm 100% for this battle that I'm headed to.
Y'all know who Khalil Cole looked like? He looked like that. He like that motherfucker. He looked like that motherfucker. Damn. Damn, I can't. I'm gonna find it.
Now, Jesse, you were pretty adamant, and you were even messaging me at one point that you didn't believe that Khalil was actually injured. What do you think happened there?
Man, he said he was injured, but I have no choice. But we have no choice but to believe it. I don't know. He said he was injured, so we just gonna ride with that. I mean, he said he was injured. So when I got injured, though, I had surgery. You understand what I'm saying? It's right here. I had surgery on my right hand, and I mean, I was forced to sit out for 6 to 8 months when I had a hand injury. And, when fighters get hand injuries, either you gonna get the surgery or you're not. And if you get the surgery or you don't get the surgery, you're forced to sit out through a certain amount of time. That's all I'm saying.
Also, like for example, before your fight, you get physicals as well. You go to get cleared to fight. Am I right? Everybody does the same. Everybody goes through the same protocol, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not the one who made the call. That's to cancel the fight. The physician canceled the fight. You get what I'm saying?
I'm not arguing that. I'm not arguing.
Hey, listen.
It's about January 24th. I'm not arguing.
Exactly.
I'm not arguing.
January 24th is where it count at. You know what I'm saying?
Khalil, you've known Jesse Hart for a while. We've seen him on the big stage before. What do you think of him as a fighter?
He used to be that guy. You know what I mean? He used to be that guy. But his times it came and went. You know what I mean? He had his opportunity, and you see what he did with his, and that's what it is.
Jesse, what do you think of Khalil?
I mean, he's a fighter. What you want me to say? Like I like Khalil as far as his ability, as far as his boxing ability. But what most I respect about him is he had his son and his father with him when he came to the gym. That's a family-oriented person. But as far as boxing go, man, I'm a dominant player in this thing. You know what I'm saying? All this used to be, I don't even hear that shit. That shit over, man. It's like it's on January 24th, and we got a rumble. And what y'all want me to say?
Well, he was saying, Jesse, that you used to be the guy. You were in some big fights back in the day. Do you believe you still have a lot left in the tank?
Yeah, there's no wear and tear on my body. I've never been knocked out. I've never been stopped. Do damn near 40 fights. So when you look at that, there's no wear and tear on the fighter's body. He's never been stopped. He's never been put out of his misery. You got a lot left in the tank, and I just need to show it. And I'm saying January 24th, we're gonna show it. I've never again. When a fighter gets stopped or a fighter get beat bad or he's been in some wars, that takes a lot off the fighter's years as a fighter, and I know that. I don't know if he knows that. I don't know if you know that, Chris. But in this game, when you've been in some big wars or you've been in some knockdown, drag out fights, it takes a lot of years off your life as a fighter. And Jesse Hart has never really been in those type of situations.
Khalil, what is it that makes you believe that you are the better fighter in this fight?
I believe that his name is. I don't feel like he has the heart to do what it takes to beat me. I don't feel like he's willing to go. He's willing to go as far as I'm willing to go. You know what I mean? I just don't see it. I just don't see him. You know, I'm ready to go to war. I'm ready to do whatever it takes. I don't feel like he has that.
What makes you believe that, Khalil?
Just me knowing me, you know what I mean? Like me and we've shared the ring before, you know. But like that's just sparring, and you know people spar and fight different. But I just me being me and seeing who he is and watching his films, you know, TCL, Joe Smith, Zordo, like I just don't see it. You know what I mean? The legs aren't there.
Jesse, what do you think of that?
I mean, to speak on that last week, we just got into a thing on social media. You said I ran. How my legs not there? If you said I ran, all I did when we boxed is I ran around. And then to bring up you contradict yourself because on social media you said I ran. I can't run if my legs not there. And again, you see, you brought up 2 fights. You brought up 2 fights. You brought up 2 fights. You brought up 2 fights that I came up short in, and I lost by narrow split decisions. I never brung up the Gallegos fight when you got stopped and you quit with body shots. I never been hit to the body.
I didn't quit. The ref stopped it.
Bro, you kept going down. What are you talking about? You went down 5 times from body shots. What are we talking about?
For sure.
What are we talking about? And then you say, oh, Jesse, I don't think he has the heart. Man, I'd have died. I'd have died before I quit. Oh, I kept going down from body shots. I'd have died.
It sounds
I would have left this earth. I would have left this earth if it would have. I had one hand in the Joe Smith fight. I had one hand in the Joe Smith fight. The whole entire 10 round.
Nigga said I'd have died.
I got like $70,000 in my pocket. If you body me, you can take the money. Right now. I hate you, nigga. Let's die.
That's the take time, Jesse. Tell him again, Jesse.
So I got like $70,000 in my pocket. If you body me, you can take the money. Right now. I hate you, nigga. Let's die.
Jesse tripping. Let's go, champ.
That's why I came up short, and I still lost by a split decision. Zordo Ramirez,
we're gonna see.
I lost by 2
24th.
points. Bro, you said I don't have heart, right? You keep saying I don't have the heart. I'm gonna press you, and I'm gonna because I seen it. It's already seen in the Gallegos fight. I seen that in that fight against a 140-pounder. He started his career at 140 pounds. Did he not? Box rec don't lie. He was a junior welterweight. He was a junior welterweight.
Can you
getting in there with a full?
Can you do that?
Yes, I can.
Bro, I'm gonna hurt you, bro.
You getting in there?
I'm gonna hurt you, bro. I'm gonna hurt you, bro. We're gonna see. This energy here, when we see, we're gonna see on the 24th, bro. We're gonna see it.
We're gonna see. I'm not disputing. You went into facts about my career. I went into facts about your career. Now we gonna see.
And then what happened after that?
You won with a jab. You hit behind the jab. You should have did it the first time.
I hit. That's what it's called. It's called hiding.
Yeah, it's called hiding behind the jab. You never stepped to him with the jab. You was boxing off your back.
I never stepped to him off the jab. That's crazy.
I'm telling you that you hid your skill.
You didn't watch the fight then.
I watched it 1,000 times. Can't tell me what I seen. And you're not even a backup fighter. You're not that. You come forward.
I'm whatever I need to be. I can do anything.
No, you can't. No,
I did it. You just said I'm not a backup. You just contradicted yourself.
I don't believe it.
You just contradicted yourself just now.
How? What'd I say?
I'm not a backup fighter, but I hid behind the jab. And like what? That don't even, like, come on.
You
said I didn't press him. You said I didn't press him. Bro, stop. We gonna see.
Jesse, what did you think, Jesse, what did the first fight that Khalil had with Gallegos tell you about him?
He quit. He did what he wanted to do. He ain't go out on the shield for real. He quit. And that's what it is. I've been hit hard. I've been hit. I had a fractured rib with Gilberto Ramirez in our first fight, and I kept fighting. I pissed blood after that fight, and I kept rumbling the whole 12 rounds. For a fighter to beat me and to go to war and say he's ready to go to war, how far is you really willing to go? Because in the Gallegos first fight, it didn't look like you was really to go that far. To me, so you could get on this camera and you can say all these different things. You could try to convince the world, and you could try to convince yourself. But at the end of the day, man, you know what's inside you, and I know what's inside
Absolutely.
you. I'm coming.
That part.
I'm coming, Jack.
Absolutely.
24th, I'm coming.
Absolutely.
I'm coming. And I'm bringing all full power, all full speed. Everything is there.
Khalil, is that what you want to see? Is that what you want to see, Khalil, from Jesse? Someone coming right at you?
We gonna see. We gonna see. I doubt it, but we gonna see. Either way, I'm gonna go get him. It don't matter. It don't matter.
He's gonna go.
It don't matter.
Me. And by him coming to get me, it's gonna be the worst thing in his career to do. That's the wrong thing to say. I'm coming to get him. You coming to get me, you're gonna run into something. You're gonna run into something. You're gonna run into all this hot shit. And that's what I opinion. You know what I'm saying? I took this fight because I believe in my heart and soul I can win. If I wouldn't have, I believe
that's cool. You know, as a fighter, you're supposed to believe things like that. You know what I mean? That's what we do.
Certain fighters don't believe.
That's what we do. That's what we do. We fight because
certain fighters don't believe.
Those ain't fighters then.
You know what I'm saying? They going in for the check and they going in for the money. I believe I can win.
Those ain't fighters.
I believe I can win. And that's all. Again, he came down the gym with his father and his son. I respect that. You understand what I'm saying?
You guys have, to bring that back full circle, you do have a little bit of history. You're both from the Northeast. You're both have sparred together. There's a picture, of course, that you alluded to on social media of you two posing after a sparring session. Khalil, as you just mentioned, you said Jesse ran from you in that fight. Jesse, you said Khalil quit in the 5th round of that fight. So which version is true?
Listen, I'm gonna let Khalil coach. I'm gonna let Khalil coach tell you.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this.
I'm gonna let Khalil coach. Listen, I'm gonna let Khalil coach tell you. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm not saying anything. I'm gonna let Khalil coach. I'm gonna let Khalil coach talk about what happened. What happened, Khalil?
We were sparring, Chris, and some way, somehow, I don't know what happened with my elbow. Correct me when I'm wrong, Jesse. You hear me? My elbow hyperextended or something like that. Did I not try to keep sparring? You were the first person to say, no, you don't know. You got a fight coming up. No, you don't hurt yourself.
I was the first person to say that?
You were the first person.
Greg
you were
said you
the
got to
first
fight. I wasn't. No, I wasn't trying to look for a way out.
You were the first person.
And again,
you were the first person to say no.
You stopped, brother.
No, I didn't
never
stop.
stopped in the middle of the round.
Oh,
in the middle of the 5th round.
Bro, bro, stop lying, bro. Stop.
I'm lying,
stop it, bro.
You just said you stopped because you said I had a hyperextended elbow.
I was trying to keep sparring, was I not though? Right or wrong? Was I not trying to keep sparring?
Not that I'm best of my knowledge.
I ain't had you down for that.
I
ain't had you down for that. I ain't had you down for that, Jess. I ain't had you down for that, Jess.
Come on, so.
I ain't had you down for that, Jess. I ain't have you down for that, bro.
Listen,
that's crazy.
He came in the gym.
You know, listen. Let me tell you something.
We worked.
Coming up. My pops always told me you only lie when you scared. You get what I'm saying? You only lie when you scared. That's the only time you lie. You just lied just now. You just lied just now.
Well, you believe your dad, man. You believe your pop.
Hey,
if you think I'm scared,
that's how I came up. That's how I came up.
If you think I'm scared,
you only lie when you scared.
If you think I'm scared of of anything that you have, brother, and I watch you go and I watch you go down several times off body shot, and I watch you go down off several. If you think I'm scared, brother, you're sadly mistaken. You're gonna get a rude awakening on 24th, bro.
That's what I like to hear, bro. That's what I like to hear.
I never went out and kept going down off body shots. I never did that. I'm a dog at the end of the day. I never been scared of nothing in my life. I never ran from nothing, and I never will.
Yeah, I know. All right, come on. We're going to see January 24th.
I'd rather die.
24.
I'd rather die.
Well, so be it then.
I'd rather go ahead and leave this motherfucking earth before I be scared of anything or anybody on it.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
This is a really important fight for both of you guys. You both want to get back or get on that championship level. You're both targeting those big world title fights. Khalil, how do you see this fight playing out? In your mind, as you envision the way it plays out, how do you see it finishing?
By any means necessary, and still, you know what I mean? And still, I feel like he's gonna run from me. Honestly feel like he's gonna run from me. You know what I mean? And I feel deep. I feel that deep in my heart.
Jesse,
But he gonna
you said you're going to press him.
Said he gonna press me.
Jesse, you said you're going to press him. I guess the same question to you. How do you see this fight playing out?
I'm gonna press him. Because I seen that in here. I seen that with the first Gallegos fight. I seen that. You know what I'm saying? If a man show me that, I don't got no choice but to go get him. And we gonna see where he went down from. Again, it wasn't his hand. It wasn't nothing. He went down from body shots. He went down from body shots a couple of times. Not just one time. One time you think it's a fluke. But after one time you go down from one body shot. You know. At the end of the day, he's soft. He's soft down there. And I know he is. And I'm gonna test it. I want to test the water. Everybody, I ran. I did this. You came in the gym and I boxed you, and you had a fight coming up. And people liked you in my area. Then you said, you know, on social media, people said you not to box me. People told you not to box me because all I was going to do is run, right?
That's what I was told.
But listen to this,
That's what
though.
I was told.
He know, and I know, I clipped somebody who knows him and knows me in the gym. So at the end of the day, when I'm
What does that mean?
when I want to do something, I'm going to do it. I never did that with you because I was trying to just give you some rounds and be.
I'm gonna say this about Jesse being from Philadelphia. Jesse don't play in sparring. So the fact that I'm hearing that they said that don't spar Jesse because he gonna run from you, I've never seen. Like every time I've ever seen Jesse Hart spar, that nigga always go for the kill. Like Jesse, one of them niggas that he don't take sparring lightly. So I don't know where they got that from. I've heard and seen personally with my own eyes, Jesse knocked people out in sparring. Like back to back. This is like back when he was with Top Rank. Back to back to back. Like, so I don't know. I seen that shit back when he was boxing down Joe Hands. Yeah, so I don't know where they got that shit from. I don't know if something's changed with Jesse. I haven't been in the gym with him since then. That was about like 8 years ago. But yeah, I don't know where they got that from. Yeah, Lorenzo, he said he's soft down there. I was gonna say pause, but I was just letting them niggas rock.
Humble and be. I told you when you came in the gym like that, I was like, damn, this is a kid. And I heard about him through somebody else. I didn't know who he was when he came in the gym. I don't know. You know what I mean? Or what he did in the amateurs. When I left the amateurs alone. You know what I'm saying? I did what I did. Multinational champion. I did what I did, you know, fought on the international stage. When I left that, I left it alone. So in order for somebody to be pro and somebody to come in, he came in the game. And again, I just said, that's him. He's been a good amateur. He knocked out somebody that's Cuban. I didn't know nothing. I don't really follow today's fighters like that because nobody wants to fight each other. So that's just my opinion. So when I did that, when I saw that, I gave him some rounds in the gym, and he said, "A man only lies when he's scared." Bro, you just said you stopped boxing because your rotator cuff or something. I don't know what happened with your arm. And then the next week, you say, "Oh, I had a fight." I was saying, I ain't want to box no more because you got a fight.
What?
You just said that. You keep saying what? You just said that. You just said, I said that. Let's end the sparring session because you had a fight. Didn't you just say that?
Yeah, you said that. This was leading up to the first Gallegos fight. What do you mean? Like, what are you talking about? Bro. Oh man. You can't make this up, man. You can't make this up.
Well, this is what boxing, I think, is all about. Two guys chasing that ultimate prize. Two guys, a little bit of bad blood coming into this fight and some history as well. January 24th, live on DAZN, a terrific light heavyweight fight. Khalil, Jesse, I appreciate you guys joining me and looking forward to January 24th.
All right. That's what's up. I'm really, really looking forward to that fight, bro. I cannot wait to watch Khalil Cole versus Jesse Hart. But I hope you guys appreciate this live. Sorry it wasn't as action-packed as it was yesterday, man. Not everything going to be the same, but we definitely going to get that shit popping as these lives continue to roll on, man. If y'all appreciated the content, if you appreciated the Boxing Talk overall, y'all could go ahead and hit the like button on the way out. That'd be very much appreciated. I'll be back at y'all with another live tomorrow. And for sure, this will be going down 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so we can continue cooking up on what's going on in the boxing world, man. Until then, I hope you guys have a blessed, beautiful one. I'm up out of here, man. Peace.